People say that American malls are dying, but in this video, we are going to explore a mall that challenges that. Let's spend a whole day in the American Dream Mall. Little history on the American Dream Mall. So the project actually started in 2003, and since it started way back then, they've gone through 3 different managements. And 2 of those managements went bankrupt during their process of trying to build this great American Dream Mall. So that might give you a bit of perspective about how big this place really is and how much money actually went into this project. I'm sorry, there's an ice rink? Are you kidding me? Which also, fun fact, I'm not the best at ice skating, so if anyone has tips, I would really love those in the comments. However, this is insane. I'm in a mall, need I remind you. We were actually heading to get some coffee, and before we stopped, we realized the ice rink. Because how do you miss this? And the lighting is beautiful. They have this like really great ceiling that I guess is translucent that lets in light. It's beautiful. No one's skating right now, but it's another one of the attractions here that you can come and buy tickets online and come in and free skate. I'm sure there's classes, which I will look into. But for now, let's get some coffee. So this is the surprise first stop attraction, ice rink, that I just mentioned. And over here is the coffee that we're about to have. In case you wanted to in case you wanted to know where in regards, orient. In case you wanted to know in regards to coffee and ice skating, where the 2 are in the complex that is the American Dream. So let's get some coffee and maybe some snacks. So we ended up just getting coffee. I got a pistachio latte and Brian got a Turkish latte. Now, I will say the pistachio latte was a whopping $7.25. However, regular coffee was like normal cafe pricing. So, and the Turkish coffee I think was only like $5.25 or something like that, which, you know, both are not cheap, but I think that in general you could get a regular cup of coffee if you don't want to splurge. And we chose not to get food because I feel like there might be some better options for some snacky stuff throughout. However, let's try the coffee. So pistachio. Oh, that's good. They said they used like pistachio powder. And I actually feel like that's a really smooth. I've had pistachio lattes that have been kind of underwhelming, and I feel like this one, while it's a steep price tag, if you're craving something fun, is a good find. Now the Turkish coffee. Oh, that's got like some spices on top. That's nice. I think my preference is to the pistachio, but I do like Turkish coffees if you've had them before, Turkish lattes. So cheers, I'm gonna go enjoy my coffee while I sit by my ice rink. And then we're gonna keep on exploring. So as we were walking around after we finished our coffee, we realized that this ice rink is actually the home stadium of the Metropolitan Riveters, which is a National Women's Hockey League team. I mean, that's pretty cool. I would assume you can come and see games here. I don't really know how seating works, but I would hope that maybe they put some seats up around the top. If you're a National Women's Hockey League fan, this is where it's at. Let's keep going. This is one of the multiple attractions, specifically theme parks or amusement parks in the American Dream. And this one is a water park. Now, I am not going to the water park today. I kind of already regret it. I'll try and get some clips so you can see inside as much as you can. But I needed to stop and point out how incredible this display is above me. Particularly, I'm a fan of donkey riding on a waffle. If you get that reference, then let me know in the comments below. And if you don't, you have some homework to do. Go watch Shrek. This is another one of the theme parks here at the American Dream Mall, the Nickelodeon Universe theme park. Now, this place is so big for how much they crammed into a mall. And we're gonna go check out some of the rides and kind of walk around. So let's go. Come on, come on. I mean, the grand reveal, isn't this absolutely insane? The Nickelodeon blimp with all of the slime? I'm obsessed. I would say that childhood G, or child G, would be obsessed. An adult G is probably just as obsessed. It's epic. I mean, if you've watched Nickelodeon ever, you probably recognize some of the characters here, which is so cool. They just did such a great job really bringing that nostalgia, along with some Nick Jr. shows that are more modern too, for like little kids now, which is really awesome. So you can see that it's like, you know, a little bit of some shops and some smaller rides, but then as we go into the back, you're gonna see some insane coasters and like rides that I just had no idea that this was how big this place really is. We've got Blue's Clues over to our right here, fan fave from when I was a youngster. And here's Ren and Stimpy. Now, I didn't watch Ren and Stimpy, but I do feel like that might be because the appearance of Ren and Stimpy is a little questionable, and to this day, they're kind of a little to me. So if you're in here, as you can see, I didn't actually have to pay to come in. You can do tickets ahead of time to be able to ride all the rides or buy a pack, but you can also buy per ride, which is nice. So if you just wanted to ride one ride, you can do that, which is really cool. Also, I'm now noticing there's a whole stage area here. So they hold events often, but I'm guessing maybe there's like some concerts or things like that, which is really cool. And then there are arcade games all throughout as well. So we have the snail race from one of my favorite shows, SpongeBob. And then we've got Bubble Guppies and Paw Patrol. Those are Nick Jr. shows. I only know that because I had a little stint of working for Nick Jr. at a period of time. However, they are good shows because I had to watch them for work. And this is probably my favorite ride. Big fan of the swings. And we've got SpongeBob's jellyfish over here. So it's like all of the tentacles spin around. So cool. And they're doing more. Looks like they're opening another ride over there. Now I will say, some of the rides are temporarily closed or like maybe didn't open right away or things like that. So if you see a ride and you're dying to go, I would either check the website or call in advance if that's the particular thing that you want to do. I mean, it's insane. Like, you can just tell from how big everything is, just how much space they were able to just take up with so many rides. We've got Avatar over here, which that's this ride right here. So cool. And then back here are some more of the like roller coaster type rides. There's even this ride where it's like I don't know if anyone's been to Ocean City, but there's a ride called Double Shot that I remember growing up, Ocean City, New Jersey. And it like shakes you, it goes up to the top, it drops down. I cannot believe how tall that ride is. It's insane. We've got a door ride. I don't know what character this is or villain, but he's got a roller coaster. And then back here, more nostalgia for me. We've got some Jimmy Neutron and Fairly Odd Parents. Both of them are a bit like roller coaster-esque. This place is crazy, absolutely crazy. Would you come here? I mean, there's roller coasters. This is insane. There's one more ride. Let's go, come on, I want to show you. Now I wanted to bring you to this ride, the Legends of the Hidden Temple Ropes Course, because this is like peak nostalgia for me. Late 90s, early 2000s, you know that this show was so cool. And it's awesome to see it here. I assume that most kids coming now have no idea what the Legends of the Hidden Temple is, but this ropes course, unfortunately, is temporarily closed, and I'd assume because it's insane. It goes all the way up to the ceiling and then you make your way down. So cool. That's what they did when they won, right? They would stand in front of this thing. And usually the prizes were backpacks and VHS tapes and like totally random objects that were all product placement, but they were super cool to watch when I was a kid. There's also an HMart here, which if you don't know is an Asian grocery store. And insider tip, they're coming out with a HMart food hall, so you can even have more food options than they already have here. Get your groceries, have something to eat. Actually, I think I should go get lunch. Let's find lunch. We have come to the first lunch spot because there's so many options here that I need to try many of them. And it is the doner kebab, German doner kebab, kebab done right. I got their original, which looks phenomenal, and I got with chicken. You can get it with a mix of chicken and beef, or you can get veggie. They also have this insane Dorito burger thing. I don't know, I didn't get it because this looks amazing. Oh, that's good. It has like a bit of a sweet sauce on it. Let me try just a piece of the meat. Oh, that's so tender. It's shaved nice and thin, as it should be, and it's really delicious. There's like a purple cabbage slaw on it, some iceberg lettuce, tomato, that sauce, and then there's also like an aioli type sauce too on it. This is delicious, and let's see what else we find for food today. Okay, we found one of the classic mall directories, so I wanted to show you a little bit of how they work because very helpful, very useful. So if you click Nickelodeon Universe, which is where we were earlier, you can go this way, and it shows you your instructions. Take escalator to level 1, got a little person walking, which is really nice. And then it shows you how to go. Look at that. You can even scan for mobile directions, which is super helpful. So it's not like you need to be taking pictures of the screen to remember where to go. And they even have like a start and end over here, which is really nice. And it looks like if you need to have something that's handicap accessible or for a stroller, it also shows you, but it shows you how to get there that way too, which is just really nice to see. And there's one more feature that I really want to show, because if you go home, they have obviously bathrooms, very important, but what's really nice is they have a nearest restroom button. So if you have got to go, then you can just figure out where the nearest bathroom is immediately. So if you're lost in this massive mall, find an information kiosk. Lunch 2 is from Sushi Express. We came to the other food court. There's like food pretty much all over the place, but this food court is very much like mall style food. If you've ever been to a mall in America, you know what this food court probably looks like. So we got a crazy salmon roll and a cucumber avocado roll. Now it said made to order. I was a little skeptical because there were some that were kind of on display, but it was indeed made to order. And I'm gonna try this with a beautiful view of the ice rink that you might remember from earlier, because I'm now on the 3rd level. Yes, 3rd level. And this seating up here leads into the food court. So I can watch people ice skate and, and have my second lunch. So let's try a piece of the salmon. Got spicy mayo on top, avocado, salmon inside. Not bad, not the best like tasting sashimi I've had before. However, extra points for making it fresh. I feel like that's always hard to find. And honestly, there are so many options. There's like a fried chicken place, a falafel place. I saw a ramen place that looked really good. And this isn't the last place we're gonna get food. There's a couple other things I'm eyeing, and like I said, I'm spending a whole day here. So this is only lunch number 2. Well, let's keep going. What is this place? So obviously this is a mall, and you can do a ton of shopping. They have stores like Tiffany over here, Mulberry, Saks Off 5th. If you're looking to shop, there's also other not high-end stores. This is the high-end section if you couldn't tell. But this is a literal complex. Like, there are just so many things here, and it's actually in the same complex in the Meadowlands that MetLife Stadium is in. And now MetLife Stadium is where the Jets and the Giants football teams actually play. They also sometimes have concerts there if you're familiar with the area. So if you've been to MetLife or you know where MetLife is, The American Dream Mall is literally right next door. And honestly, I'd have no idea if I didn't come here. As we're walking around, we did notice that there's a ton of stuff that's still opening. I mean, all of this is obviously stores that just haven't opened yet. I just think though that you can easily spend a whole day here, and there's so much that hasn't opened. So if you haven't visited yet and you're planning to visit, I would just assume there's even more than I'm showing you. But if you have been, or you plan to be, or whatever, just comment below. Let me know what you want to see and what you're excited for about the American Dream Mall, because my goodness. There's a koi pond. What? These are, actually they might be goldfish. I'm not sure. Because goldfish, if you didn't know, they grow to the size of their space that they're living in. But this is wild. And this is why we're in the luxury section. Of course, they'd have a koi pond in the luxury section. Crazy. There are so many seats in the American Dream Mall. Am I in a fairy garden? There are gnomes. This is moss. Apparently you can go get your photo taken in a gazebo. This is crazy. So while there's a ton of activities to do, there's also like a bunch of museums or exhibits, including a Paradox Museum, an aquarium, a Legoland. It's literally like, I can't even predict the amount of vendors that there are here, but you could probably spend all day in one of these. Oh yeah, you can rent these little like animal things that you keep seeing riding around. Honestly, they look pretty fun. Snack time, which means we obviously need to come and get a slice of pizza and a croissant, because who else would not get pizza and croissant as their snack? But look at all of this. Apparently they make everything here. There's a bakery like in the back that you can see. I'm stoked. This is the pizza. It looks pretty dang good. And I saw them making it, which was pretty cool. That's pretty good. They had a veggie and like a spicy pepperoni one. This one's just cheese. They put some oregano on top. The bread is really fluffy. It's kind of like a focaccia, grandma slice, or like a Sicilian style. It's really good. It's a huge piece. Both of these I think came to around like 13, which honestly for the size, I'm not mad at. And look at this croissant. They gave me a fork and a knife because they know, but I'm gonna just try and take a little bit of a bite, see what I get. That has a nice bite to it, but let's taste the pistachio cream. I know this is the second pistachio thing I've gotten in this video. Honestly, both are amazing. And I was thinking more about that pistachio latte because since there are two locations of that coffee shop, I wasn't sure if it was good or if they're just like, there's just a bunch around that brand. It was delicious. It was really like, the flavor was so good. Now there are other places for coffee. I'm pretty sure this place has coffee as well. But if you are looking for something that's like more of a cafe, I was pretty impressed. And for a snack, I mean, I'm not mad. This place is huge. We're gonna go ride the Dream Wheel, which is an outdoor Ferris wheel. I think there might be some good views. Brian thought that I had to be this tall to ride alone, but it's only this tall. I just want to clarify. And if you weren't sure how tall I am, it's only a little bit taller than this. This is crazy. There's also randomly a remote because there's a TV, you can probably use it. Wow, that's wild. These tickets were $25 each just for regular admission. And we're gonna go and see some crazy views. I think right now is the best time to actually point out this over here. So that is a water slide from the DreamWorks water park that literally goes outside and then goes back in, which is crazy. It is cool, I briefly mentioned it, but there is like VIP and like other types of gondolas you can get where I guess you can have dinner or a drink or things like that, or get a private one. Obviously we got a private one just because someone else is here right now. But I think that's so cool. They said the ride's 20 to 30 minutes, so we'll see you at the top. This view is incredible. I mean, you can see out to Manhattan, and it's a little overcast today, and it's still beautiful. It's so cool that I'm literally at a mall and I was able to ride this Ferris wheel that gave me this beautiful view of all of the surrounding areas. Now, Meadowlands isn't the most aesthetically pleasing, but it is nice that you can see Manhattan. Which reminds me, if you are coming here and maybe from Manhattan or from Jersey City or Hoboken or some surrounding area, there is a bunch of public transit options that you can take to get to the American Dream Mall. And they have them actually listed on their website, so you can see the specific bus or train that you need to take to get here. That being said, I drove today and the parking is super easy. I don't know how much it costs, but it is paid to park, but you pay at the end. However, if you want to spend a little bit of money, they also have valet parking. So maybe if you're going high-end shopping, you'll have someone valet your car. Either way, I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of the views and I'll see you in the mall. We're gonna get some cozy Tea Loft because I think it's tea time. Taiwanese mango green tea with lychee jellies. I tend to go towards jellies over bubbles sometimes, or boba, to each their own. I also got, as usual, the least amount of sugar possible because I always like the taste of the fruit. And this is a wonderful pick-me-up on our full day at the American Dream. Let's keep going. So we've come to another attraction that I'm not doing today, but is something I definitely want to come back and try. If you know anything about the American Dream, you might know where I'm headed, but let's keep the suspense. Behold, an indoor snowboarding and skiing loft. Like, what is this? This is absolutely crazy. Now, you can buy like 2-hour passes, day passes, you can get ski lessons, and apparently you can even go tubing. I think that's crazy. Also, like, it's not small. There are like multiple lanes. One side seems to be the tubing side. One side seems to be like the hill for if you're actually like skiing and stuff. Like, this is absolutely nuts. This is nuts. Oh, I think we can see up closer. Look at this. Now, I don't know about like rentals. It seems like you should be able to rent it. But if you're local and you don't want to go, drive up to the Poconos or to Vermont or something like that for skiing or snowboarding, this is an insane option. And it's temperature controlled. But I do think my favorite part has to be that over to the side, you can see they have ski lifts. That's crazy. I mean, I know we've seen roller coasters, we've seen water parks, we've seen it all today. But the ski lifts are crazy. This is nuts. Angry Birds mini golf. We're gonna play some Angry Birds mini golf. This is not the only mini golf course here in the American Dream. They also have a black light mini golf, which is in the dark, and the lighting's supposed to be super cool. But this one is a bit nostalgic, which seems to be a kind of the theme of the day. So we're gonna scan for our scorecard and see who wins. Also, I wanted to mention that we scanned a QR code when we were about to buy our tickets because there was a sign that said if you scan and buy it online, it was $3 cheaper, which it was. We literally stood out front, scanned, bought it, and it cost $20 instead of $23. I don't know how many holes it is, but it's pretty cool. So let's go. Not looking too good. Oh, so you get to pick, B and G. I think I want my color to be yellow because that's the color ball I picked. Oh, that's cool.
I think mine's green.
Here's green. Then you confirm and start. Oh, nice. Oh, so you can have up to 6 players. And then we go fewest strokes wins. All right, let's keep track. My first putt, Brian's first putt. Vote now. Who do you think is gonna win? First hole, no words. Who's gonna win now? I'll take that. See you at the next hole. I like mini golf. What can I say? I must disclose that Brian also got a hole-in-one because I do think it was kind of foolproof, but I'm gonna try and hit it up in this fun little hole. Okay. Okay. Not too shabby. Now, the characters are awesome. This chicken, so cool. I really like that, but I do feel like some of the holes are just a little bland. Like, I don't know. I feel like they could have tried a little bit more, just a box. It's kind of boring. And listen, I like mini golf, so I just feel like there could be some more pizzazz. She's silly looking. I'm here to offer critical feedback. Where is the challenge? That's the whole, what the heck? Listen, this might be geared towards kids, but Angry Birds came out when I was a toddler and I'm not a child anymore, so I just feel like there could be a little bit more of a challenge. That's all I've got to say. I'm having a fun time, but I just there was a little bit more. I guess I didn't get a free game. I lost pretty bad. And I didn't even get a free game. It's time for dinner and we're gonna try Marcus Live Bar and Grill. And this is actually the same chef as the famous restaurant Red Rooster in Harlem in Manhattan. So it's pretty cool. He also now has a restaurant here in the American Dream, and let's see how it is. So we got a plethora of things, including a side of their 4-cheese mac and cheese, their chicken and waffles, and this is a cornbread waffle. I almost got the cornbread, and then I saw cornbread, chicken, and waffles. How could I say no? Marcus is known for his upscale soul food, which you definitely see on this menu. And then we got their New Jersey salad, which had specifically like arrow-grown greens, which I believe is a brand that I've seen in grocery stores around here, which is pretty cool. So this also had chickpeas, some tomatoes, I think some seeds in it. The dressing is super creamy, which is nice. Give everything a little taste. I really like the creamy dressing. Obviously, I said it looks creamy. It definitely tastes very creamy. I'm not sure what it's made of. And the addition of the chickpeas is super nice. Now the mac and cheese, insane, so cheesy. They definitely put the 4 cheese and the 4 cheese mac and cheese. Super good. Chicken waffles. Had to sneak a pickle. I'm a pickle gal. Had it. Super good. It's delicious. And I think there might be a little bit of like a sweet honey sauce on it. I know, I don't like honey. Probably obvious at this point, but I like this. I think that the honey flavor isn't super strong, but it's a nice brine, I think, to the chicken is how they did it, or something like that. Something they covered it with. It's really good. If you haven't been to Red Rooster in Harlem, I definitely recommend checking it out. I would say that his chicken waffles, I think, might also be a cornbread waffle there. I've been ages ago, and it was amazing. They had some items on their menu that were like a little pricey, like a tomahawk steak for $120. But overall, all the pricing here was like kind of what you expect for a sit-down restaurant. There's also so much seating. So I would say check this out if you want to have like a nice dining experience while you're at the American Dream. As you could expect, there's tons of food options for all price points. But I'm gonna enjoy this and I'll see you out in the mall. Dinner was great, so I had to come and get some dessert at the Oreo Café. I got their ice cream sandwich, literally 2 Oreos and ice cream. You could have gotten like toppings, but I've eaten my weight in food today, so I decided to go light for the close. But I've been here for 9 hours. I have spent as much time as I possibly could here at the American Dream Mall today. And I will say there was one thing I wanted to mention, that they host a ton of events. Like this weekend, there's a Kung Fu Panda event because the new movie's coming out. And so like Po's gonna be here, you can come and meet him. They have an Easter egg for kiddos, all different types of things, which I think is just really cool. And honestly, kind of community-based, which I didn't expect. But I'm gonna have my ice cream sandwich and try and squeeze in a few more things because I'm not done yet. Malls across America might be dying, but the American Dream Mall is doing exactly what so many people came to this country for, living the American dream.